Welcome everybody. How you doing? Just want to check the volume's all good before we start the stream. It's 11:52 a.m. Eastern Time. Welcome. Welcome back to the this part of my channel where we're talking about the stock market. And today is an interesting day because obviously the earnings were yesterday for Google and everything. And bro, it's been crazy. Although Google came up on they beat their earnings what like 82% with their cloud revenue and etc. But what I want to say, guys, uh, obviously their capex is like some crazy amount, bro, like 50 something $billion. But what I want to go like this part of my channel is about like beginners investing into the market, right? I didn't have this forum when I was growing up, so I'm originally from Dubai. So if you don't know me, I'm Jeremy Waller. What's up, guys? I started investing in 2015, and I moved to the US in 2019 from New York, and now I'm in sunny Sunshine State, Florida, South Florida for you guys. L- So let's get into it without further ado, right? So basically, the market it's down. We're gonna go straight into the public portfolio now. In my private portfolio, I was buying the dips, like I'm just adding to my current positions, and I would suggest guys you all do the same. But again, you all have to do your own research, your own DD, your own due diligence. I'm not a financial certified advisor of any sort. I'm just sharing what I've been doing in the market since 2015 and what I'm continuing doing. Like this portfolio that you guys can see on screen, I started it year to date with $1,000 in it, which were basically this portfolio was only tracking some crypto like HBAR and XRP, a little bit of Ethereum and Bitcoin. So what we did was we got out of those plays. I transferred the crypto to my Coinbase where all my crypto currently sits, and some other wallets that my crypto sits in. But the point that I was trying to make is that I turned this portfolio into a beginner's portfolio. That if I was 18 years old and starting a portfolio in 2026 or 19, or even as a beginner and I was starting a portfolio in 2026, this is how I would make a portfolio, right? Now, a couple of weeks ago, we almost were like 11.6, 11.7. The market's down. And if you guys are following this part of the channel, right? And when I say this part of the channel, when I go live, I talk about stock markets. If you look at my channel, like I share memories and creation of what I do, a little bit about me and not too much. But if you click on my IG, I literally share screenshots what I'm buying and selling in the private portfolio, my private portfolio, right? So if you want to follow me on IG, links below. Again, I'm not affiliate with Robinhood or anything. I just use it for to showcase it to you guys. If you want to use my links, Moomoo, Webull, whatever, they're all below. Like I said, I'm not affiliate. I'm just recommending them because you guys, if you use my link, you'll get something back when you sign up in stock or cash. If that promotions are still running, I'm sure they are, and I'll get something. But yeah, I'm not affiliate with them. So first of all, like, subscribe, do your thing. Appreciate you guys. Let's get into it. So, like I said, guys, if you've been following this part of my channel, I like to buy when it's red, and I like to invest in companies that I've done my research, my due diligence, and I get into. Right now, SoFi is down about 2%, Bitcoin's up 7%. And again, this is a beginner's portfolio, so keep that in mind, right? So if you guys are looking like, hey, this guy doesn't have much shares and all, I'm focusing in this portfolio just for beginners. Bro, this coffee is a must today. Anyway, getting back into it, right? So American Express, 7%. American Express, if this guy drops, bro, I'm buying. I need to in the like we don't even have one share, right? So we definitely need to make more shares or accumulate more shares in this portfolio. We're only 7% up, and like I said, I like to buy in red, but like the reds literally need to be really down for me to put fresh money into this. Currently, we only have $274 in it. Obviously, I can put fresh money in if need be, but I'm trying not to overwhelm like people who are watching this. Like if you're a beginner and just starting your investing, and this is why this amount in this account isn't too overwhelming. I would, again, this is just based on my experience, right? If I started this account with 50,000, 100,000, and so on, I don't think a person in today's age would be like, wow, let's go for it. You know what I mean? Again, that's just my take, my opinion. So I'm just sharing that with you, right? Um, So let's look at it. Robinhood 20 up 24%, although the market's dipping 24%. We were almost 40% a couple of days ago. PO ETF 6% up, SCHD ETF 12% up today. This is today, right? Overall, and little baby positions. Microsoft down 4%, APH 14, Google, bro, Google. Like, going back to what we were saying about the earnings and everything, right? So if you're a beginner and you're like, shit, bro, Google's down and I'm scared, I don't know about, like, I just want to share my thoughts with you. Like, all these companies are obviously spending major capex to growth, right? So they want growth and they're chasing and they're investing and all. So to sum it up, right? I use Google Gemini. I don't have Google phones or stuff, but I'm in the ecosystem. Like, this is YouTube, right? Google owns YouTube. Like, Alphabet owns Google, YouTube, and so on, right? And a Gemini search engine's up like anything back then. Like, when I say back then, like, people still do like Google search and everything. So everyone's using Gemini now for that, right? Just because it's a Google ecosystem. I mean, how many of us have a Gmail account? If you're watching this, I'm sure you have a Gmail account, right? So there's so much more to the ecosystem under the umbrella of Alphabet that these guys can keep on going. And this is just my take, right? This is just my take of it, right? So I'm definitely going to DCA dollar cost average into Google. And I'm just doing me. So it's up to you what you want to do. Like I said, this is not financial advice or anything. I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just sharing my experience and what I'm doing. Nvidia 12%, Meta 1%. Again, if this drops, we're adding more Meta in this portfolio. CRM. Now, these plays are really interesting. Like, if you have, again, I'm a long-term investor, right? Like I said, I've been investing since 2015. So when I buy companies, I do my own research, I do my homework. Um, all of them are not hitters, right? And I'm just being honest. And I like to show my portfolios. Like, I don't know about other guys on YouTube. I like to show in red, green what I'm doing, and that's my honest take. If you know me personally, you can vouch for me and like how I operate this sort of a business portfolio or business take mindset. Like, if a business is not doing good, I'm going to see how long. And then I'm like, okay, I've been pumping too much money into it. I'm going to relax, take my losses, put it again, my taxes, and then push it in something that's going to give me more gain. But then again, I don't gamble. I'm not a short term investor. I'll run it for 6, 7 months. If it's a new play, what is a new play? Like companies like Marvel, Nibius, Semiconductor, and so on, right? Which I'll show you. So usually my new plays are at the bottom because I don't know how it's designed that way, but they fall bottom. I didn't do anything. It just came up in the Robinhood portfolio that way. Anyway, so CRM Salesforce is down. I'll definitely buy some today because let's just look at the stats. So how much have we done first of all? First look, it says Salesforce falls 4.5%. I'm at July 21st downgrade and new um, Slack competitor launch. Morgan Stanley downgraded Salesforce to equal weight from overweight on July 21st, lowering the price target at 185. So it's still, the price target is still lower than, I mean, it's still higher than where we are right now, right? Our average cost is 178 in this. We have about $1,000 and some change. We're down 12%. And then again, like you can use, again, I say use Google, right? Salesforce could be 30% undervalued after Morgan. So let's look at something which I want to share with you guys as well. Let me first go to, I don't think I linked it. So give me a second, guys. First, let me link it. Google Finance. And if you guys are new to this and you've never seen Google Finance, just because you've never seen it, it's all right. I'm going to show you how it looks right now. So sometimes the web browser doesn't load, so just bear with me. Like I said, this is live, bro. We're doing this in real life. But it'll be a second. Usually I do this before we go live, but I was not actually. Anyway, we're here, right? So, as you can see, this is how Google Finance looks. Let's get into it. So right now, like again, it's a free. I don't pay for this. Well, I have a Google account or something. I know I'm paying like I don't know, but maybe Google Finance. I know some people who use it. It's for free. This part, right? And I'm in there's a classic and beta or beta version. Anyway, don't let's get into it. So, what are we looking at? Remind me. Mm, Let's go. What are we looking at? Give me a sec. So we're looking at, bro. My mind. Okay, CRM. About to break into a song. Right. So let's just say like randomly, and sometimes you can also speak to it. Let's see if it gets my voice. Allow you. Yeah, cool. So I want to know about the CRM, Salesforce as a stock and with the earnings and everything, or if not earnings, but the reaction of earnings from Google and everything. So wait, hold up. Let's try that again. So I want to know with the earnings out from Google, etc. How is Salesforce like? See, it stops. I don't know if it's to do this mic, but let's just continue old school with keyboard. Um, why is it down? And is it reacting to this? Give me some insights. Let me go back to this one second. So while that's doing this thing, so currently Salesforce is $157 and some change. So let's say why the stock is down today, the primary reason for the sell-off is investor concern over surging capital expenditures. Again, like obviously like Alphabet reported second. So yeah, so but we are talking about, so did it mention CRM anyway? So what was my prompt? So I want to know if the earnings from Google, why is it down? Okay, obviously I didn't mention CRM, which is the biggest point. Now, obviously the AI is very smart, so I'm just putting, even if it doesn't make sense to me, it makes sense, and I guess it understands anyway. The technology sector is facing significant pressure following the first batch of big tech earnings. Exactly. Alphabet, Google, that's one. Salesforce is falling. Salesforce shares have dropped roughly 15% today, hitting new lows of the year. Wow. Downgrades on Tuesday, Morgan Stanley downgraded the stock. So currently the stock, like I said, see, so Robinhood's already like putting in that data, right? Which is clutch. So let's just, the narrative, investors are increasingly worried. And I know people, some of my clients who use Salesforce, right? And no one's moving away from it. No one's even scared about AI because it's so embedded into their systems, their day to day, like how people use Microsoft Office and on their computers. You're already in the ecosystem. Like like how many people are literally breaking out to go for something that which is brand new and you don't know how to operate. So I feel like Salesforce again. I'm not here trying to sell the pros and cons of Salesforce. Um, I'm just looking at it from my portfolio, investing in this portfolio. So Alphabet reported Q2 20 beating both revenue and profit, capex surge. Right. So again, it's just saying basically what CRM. So give me your take on CRM and in layman terms, right? Layman terms. So let's say because the stream is like I said for beginners, right? So SaaS apocalypse. Wow. There is a growing fear that the AI tools are becoming okay. You can take a screenshot if you want to read all this. A wait and see slap from the Wall Street. On July 25th, Morgan Stanley issued a major downgrade. Again, it's still 286 to 1. Bad neighbor. Now, obviously, like the current sentiment, despite the recent slide, the majority of analysts still believe the stock has significant upside, viewing the current price as potential bargain if the AI transition. Like these companies, bro, like buy 27, hold 9, sell 1. You have to understand, right? From my take, right? When I say you have to understand, my take on companies like Salesforce, if AI is growing, like my company, for example, Onit Entertainment, we are using AI to pump our revenue up, right? So, are we making more money than without AI? If we didn't have AI, I don't think we would be operating, globally, and doing as much of things that we can do in terms of speed, efficiency, accuracy, and connecting to So what I'm gonna do, and like I'm saying, a baby account before, I'm just gonna add like $10 because I'm not gonna invest in a falling knife. Uh, Big time. I'm just gonna do it at the baby speed. So this portfolio is a baby. Baby crawls, walks, jogs, run, and so on. So that's how I treat this account, right? So yeah, that's a little like a glimpse of how if you want to use Google Finance the way I just did it, if you're a beginner, new market, your friends don't invest, whatever it may be, you use AI to benefit your queries and stuff, right? So SPMO ETF up now is for so that service now. So that's another indication, right? Like of these companies, which is SaaS, we're not down double. So if it goes more down, like how we did with CRM, 12%, we just keep on adding to it and accumulating. Nike is down. Health 32. Look, the market's down, bro. But this is what I say about diversity, right? So if you guys want to know what coffee I'm drinking, it's called Purity. I have a 20% thing. It's really great coffee. But yeah, if you want to comment below coffee, and I'll send you the discount code. But let's get into Elf COPX. I'll put the link in the description. COPX. Dram still like 32%. Dram is still cooking, bro. Like look, 20%. MKSI. Eli Lilly, we still accumulate. Now these are the new players, right? Quantum, which is down massively. Marvel, well, not massively, it's 15%. Salesforce was 12. Marvel 14. NBIS is up. Funny enough, from a new play. Obviously, SpaceX guys, these bro, crazy, bro. This is why I kept on telling people like in my private portfolio. If you follow me on IG, you'll see it. So if you want to follow me, my links below. Like SpaceX is my long play. And when I say this, like I'm not investing in it. This was just to see and how I've never bought a company IPO. This was my first one on this portfolio. So I wanted to see how Robinhood works and everything because my private portfolio is in Fidelity Brokerage, Mumu, and Vivo. And this one's in SpaceX. This is stocks, right? And all my crypto sits in Coinbase, like I was saying. So I just wanted to get some skin in the game. I will definitely be adding this portfolio with more SpaceX in the long run, but I'm not in a rush, right? So that's my take. Like I know August 7th, more people and so on will be selling because company, the employees, and other people, hedge funds and everything. Those are the time period that they can sell it. Energy company down. So I really like this energy company. Do your own due diligence, your own DD. I like to be in the sector. Baby steps, just adding $10, right? Because like I said, we're gonna accumulate. We only have 4.7 shares, and it's not. I believe this sector is gonna be there in this portfolio for a long term, and that's the energy that I'm in. This is non-US ETF. If you want it, that's VXUS. So everything it's like the VOO but non-US, right? You can look it up. So guys, that's what I'm doing today in this portfolio. Again, if I see any more dips later in the day or tomorrow, I'm gonna put some money in. Um, and Google's doing the thing. It's green now again. So like I said, we're just accumulating Google. Did we buy some while we were on the stream? July 2nd. So we didn't buy anything right now. That's weird. So how much was it? So if it's gonna fall, so what's the average cost? 318. So obviously if it goes below, like I always say, I like to buy in red. If it falls again, CRM just went up a little bit. Service now is down. I'm just gonna. It's not double digits down, so 99. It's yeah. I'll just put again because I don't have a big position in this. And when I say big position for the baby portfolio, like $1,000 in this sort of portfolio is good enough for each play. And then again, guys, if you have like $1,000, 10,000, 50,000, you don't have to be like in 10, 50 stocks or whatever, right? You got to be in the ones which you believe in these companies, and you're going to be in the long term. You got to have a long term vision, right? When it comes to things like this. I mean, and be diversified, right? Like my L Beauty is still pumping, bro. All of the markets doing its thing with all the political issues, and I'm not gonna get into it, but you know what I mean. And the other situations and issues. So that I'm just focusing on this and what I can do, right? That's my focus. If I can do better in my way, and I know knowledge and strength and ways to win in a certain way, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put all my eggs in that basket because I know I can win this, right? I'm not gonna focus on noise where I have no control of, and surround myself with drama and all this other stuff where, bro, like, uh, no. My goal is to create generational wealth. I can take care of my family, I can take care of people who need it, and X, Y, and Z, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. And also, I'm trying to show people that, don't be scared of the market, because a lot of people are panicking right now and selling, right? And if you're selling companies that you believe that they're great companies, like whatever you use, whether it's these are just examples, Amazon, Apple, Google, whatever it may be, right? You should be investing in what you believe in, right? That's how I'm just gonna put it across. Like after you do your research, right? Um, so yeah, do the best what you can. Like people talk about Bitcoin, this baby portfolio of Bitcoin is already up 7%, right? And this is why you want to look at percentage more than dollars. It just gives a better indication where you're at, right? Like when you go to a retail store, or when July 4th or all these sales are Black Friday, no one says, oh, $40 up. No, there's like 40-50% off, right? So look at percentage in that sort of way. So your brain kind of triggers you the right way. Guys, on that note, I'm going to leave. I hope everyone has a blessed Thursday. I'm buying the dip, like my thumbnail says, in this baby portfolio and in my private portfolio. So if you guys want to link up, all the links below. Don't forget to smash that like button. I'm trying to grow this channel. And, it really helps me by you guys liking this video, share it if you need to. Do your thing, make it happen, own it. Peace, one love, I'm out.